Hello friends, welcome to our channel. Today, we're going to take a look at another horrible case with you, the case of Bianca Roberson. Bianca Nicole Roberson was born on October 17, 1998, Pennsylvania. She excelled academically, graduating from Bayard Rustin High School in Westchester with straight A's. During her time at Rustin, Bianca was an active member of the Black Student Union, received multiple awards, and consistently made the honor roll throughout her senior year. She earned a 4-year merit scholarship to Jacksonville University in Jacksonville, Florida, where she aimed to major in criminal justice and pursue a career as an FBI forensic agent. Throughout her life, Bianca was involved in various activities, including being a Girl Scout, cheerleader, and basketball player. She also took lessons in multiple instruments, including the flute, violin, clarinet, and guitar, and was a talented artist. Bianca lived with her mother and maternal grandmother, Josephine Perry, and was eager to experience the independence and challenges of dorm life. Tragically, Bianca's plans were cut short on June 28, 2017. While shopping at Walmart with her mother and grandmother, preparing for her move to Florida, Bianca and her family decided to return home separately, planning to meet up later. Her mother and grandmother had other errands to attend to, and Bianca headed home alone. She drove the familiar 10-mile route, but it would be her final car ride. About 10 minutes after leaving the Walmart parking lot, eyewitnesses who witnessed the accident began calling 911. Responding quickly, first responders rushed to the scene. The driver of the Chevy Malibu was Bianca Roberson. Unfortunately, paramedics were unable to save her. She was pronounced dead at the scene. Initial observations suggested that Bianca's head injuries were consistent with receiving a severe blow when the car veered off the road. Many drivers, who were on the highway at the time of the accident, pulled over near the scene, even before the police and ambulance arrived. Following interviews with eyewitnesses, the police uncovered a crucial detail. One witness reported that Bianca's vehicle left the road after colliding with a red pickup truck, which then sped away without stopping. Bianca's grandmother was unaware that the traffic jam she was stuck in was caused by the car accident involving her own granddaughter. By the time she got home, 2 police officers were already there to inform her of the tragic news that her granddaughter had lost her life in the accident. Michelle, Bianca's mother, was in shock. Losing a child is arguably the most painful experience a parent can go through. Michelle, a nurse from Delaware County, had previously endured the loss of her 22-year-old son, M.L. James Rowley, who died from a heart condition in 2013. Despite believing that time would ease her pain, the opposite happened. Her grief had intensified. Michelle became reclusive, refusing to leave her house, and spent most of her time crying uncontrollably. Michelle and Rodney Robertson divorced in 2006, but they learned to put their differences aside and become amicable co-parents, all thanks to their daughter Bianca. Rodney admitted that their divorce was unhappy, but when Bianca saw how he spoke to her mother, she made him see sense. The love they shared for Bianca helped to calm the situation. Bianca was a devoted family girl who especially loved being her father's daughter. Her father said she was more excited about fulfilling her dream of becoming an FBI forensic specialist than about leaving home. Bianca was focused on her future and wouldn't let anything stand in her way, her father said with pride. Bianca earned a 4-year merit scholarship to Jacksonville University, one of 4 schools she applied to and one of 3 that accepted her. She was also accepted into Coastal Carolina and the University of Georgia. Detectives asked for CCTV footage to confirm the account that Bianca's car had swerved off the road after colliding with a red pickup truck. If Bianca's death was due to a collision with another vehicle, then it wasn't just an accident. It was a criminal offense, and the police needed to identify the perpetrator. However, the truth they soon uncovered was even more astounding. During the autopsy, forensic specialists established that the cause of Bianca's death wasn't a car crash, but a bullet wound to the head. This revelation drastically altered everything, as what initially appeared to be an accident and subsequently a collision with a red pickup truck was in fact a deliberate murder. The detectives visited Bianca's family to inform them that her death was not accidental. This was a devastating blow, especially to her mother Michelle, who struggled to comprehend why someone would harm her daughter. The family couldn't think of anyone who might have a grudge against Bianca, as she got along with everyone. The Robertson family demanded answers, and investigators worked tirelessly to uncover the perpetrator behind Bianca's death. They examined the CCTV footage from Walmart, which Bianca and her family had visited on the day of her death, but found nothing suspicious. They dismissed the possibility that someone from Walmart had followed and shot Bianca, as there was no evidence of an altercation. The investigators suspected that the motive behind Bianca's death might have occurred while she was driving home along the highway. Bianca's mother recalled that they had packed all the bags into Bianca's car, a 2009 Chevy Malibu that the family had gifted her for her 16th birthday. According to her mother, Bianca didn't often ask for much, but when she did, it was something big, like a car. In fact, Bianca had chosen the car herself when she got her learner's permit. The detectives reviewed the traffic CCTV footage and confirmed Bianca's story about a conflict with the driver of a red pickup truck. The footage showed their cars driving side by side as they approached the merge point, suggesting the conflict may have arisen from one driver not yielding to the other. Given the outcome of this confrontation, the investigators suspected the pickup truck driver might have fired the fatal shot. However, the poor quality footage didn't reveal the license plates or the driver's face. Despite this, the pickup truck driver became the primary suspect in Bianca Roberson's death. The detectives had to identify this man, but all they had was a blurry image. None of Bianca's family members knew anyone who owned a red pickup truck. The police re-interviewed witnesses and 911 callers, but none of them saw the license plate. Friends and strangers of all ages have shown their support to the Robersons since Bianca's death. This outpouring of kindness began at a vigil held just 2 days after the tragedy. Among those who reached out were teachers who had known Bianca over the years. One educator shared with Michelle how Bianca had profoundly impacted her teaching approach. By analyzing footage from distant cameras, investigators determined the direction the pickup truck was heading after the crash. However, they needed a higher quality recording to identify the car's brand, model, and license plate. So police asked the media to share information about the red pickup truck, hoping the public could help identify its owner. After the incident, detectives learned the red pickup truck turned onto Poi Pike. They searched the area around houses and shops for cameras that might have captured the truck. They found one surveillance camera with good quality footage, which showed the pickup truck driving by about 5 minutes after witnesses reported the accident involving Bianca Roberson's car to 911. Although the footage did not show the license plate, it was unclear whether it was the same car or another matching the description. While investigators were searching for additional recordings and canvassing the area, a significant development occurred in the case. 2 days after the incident, a woman came forward, claiming to have seen the car they were searching for. What's more, she was able to describe the face of the person driving. According to her, a red pickup truck had cut her off, stopped at the Poi Pike intersection, and then turned left. This information was vital to the investigation, as it helped narrow down the search area. Furthermore, it indicated that the pickup truck from the footage was not the car they were looking for, but rather a similar-looking vehicle. The woman who contacted the police worked with a forensic artist to create a sketch of the suspect. She described the suspect as a white male, aged 25 to 35 years, with brown hair and a stubble beard. The police hoped that someone would recognize the person in the sketch and come forward with information. They showed the sketch to Bianca's family, but they did not recognize anyone who matched the description. The investigators considered the possibility that Bianca's death might have been a hate crime. They knew the red pickup truck had turned left at the intersection, so they canvassed the nearby establishments and homes, seeking a high-quality recording that could answer some of their questions. They soon found what they were looking for. A homeowner less than half a mile from the intersection provided a surveillance camera recording from their driveway. By estimating the time it would take to get from the crime scene to the camera, the police quickly identified the suspect's car. Although the footage was better quality than the previous recording, its angle prevented the officers from identifying the car or driver. Undeterred, the police continued their search for another recording from a closer camera. Fortunately, they found one, which revealed the car's distinctive features: a sticker on the right side window, a vertical dent on the passenger door, and hood damage. These characteristics would greatly simplify the search for the truck. To expedite the process, the police appealed to the public for help through the media, offering a $5,000 reward for information leading to the truck or its driver. The investigators were confident that someone would recognize this unique vehicle. 3 days after 18-year-old Bianca Roberson's death, a lawyer contacted the police station, stating that his client wanted to surrender, referencing his involvement in the incident that resulted in Bianca's death. This tragedy occurred on Wednesday at around 5:30 p.m. Bianca, a recent graduate of Westchester Ruston High School, was en route to Jacksonville University, with her entire summer and life ahead of her. She was driving along Route 100, a 2-lane highway, when she merged onto a section where the road narrows from 2 lanes to 1. This is a common merge that thousands of people in southeastern Pennsylvania make daily, usually without issue. However, on that fateful Wednesday, as Bianca was merging, a man in a red pickup truck also attempted to merge, and they jostled for position. The man, angered by the situation, pulled out a gun and shot Bianca in the head. The driver of the red pickup truck, 28-year-old David Desper from Pennsylvania, arrived at the police station with his lawyer. Although he refused to testify, he agreed to a search of his home and revealed the location of his pickup truck. Desper was arrested and charged with Bianca's murder. The police found the pickup truck at the location Desper provided, and the stickers on the side windows, damage, and rims confirmed it was the vehicle they were looking for. Additionally, during the search of Desper's home, investigators discovered the gun used to shoot Bianca in the head. While the police were confident they had found the perpetrator, the motive behind this senseless crime remained unclear. More than 800 grieving family members, friends, and community supporters attended Bianca's funeral service at St. Paul's Baptist Church in Westchester, a borough located 25 miles west of Philadelphia, on July 7th. A banner displayed inside the church during the ceremony read, "Patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, self-control." Among those who paid tribute to Bianca were her brothers, officials from Bayard Rustin High School, where she had just graduated, the chief admissions officer at Jacksonville University, which she was to attend in the fall, and friends. The portrait that emerged was of an extraordinary young woman. Each speaker praised her brilliance and virtues. In his eulogy, Pastor Wayne Croft Sr. compared the shooter to George Zimmerman and Michael Dunn, who had killed black teenagers Trayvon Martin and Jordan Davis in Florida in 2012. Although Zimmerman was acquitted of murder in 2013, Dunn was convicted and sentenced to life plus 90 years in prison for shooting Jordan Davis. To the black community, whether Bianca's murder was driven by road rage or racism is irrelevant right now. All we know is that we've lost another brilliant young black star. Another good sister is gone, said the pastor. At the September 2018 trial, David Desper was asked to explain his motive for the crime. Instead of answering, he asked the Roberson family for forgiveness. The prosecutor argued that the traffic dispute occurred because Bianca failed to yield to Desper when the 2 lanes merged into a single lane. Then, from the passenger side window, Desper pulled the trigger. Recognizing the severity of his actions, Desper fled the scene, leaving his pickup truck with a friend in Pennsylvania, and attempted to escape to Delaware. However, after his sketch and the distinctive features of his pickup truck were broadcast in the news, he decided to hire a lawyer and surrender. The police investigated Desper's social media accounts and interviewed his friends, but found no evidence to suggest that the crime was motivated by bias. As a result, they did not charge Desper with a hate crime. According to District Attorney Hogan, there was no indication that this was a race crime or a hate crime. Many people disputed this assertion. Before sentencing, the defense portrayed Desper as harmless and immature for his age, a 28-year-old who enjoyed playing with cars in his free time. They described him as a big kid who had essentially handed the case to the government by turning himself in. According to the defense, Desper was driving home when another car suddenly approached him, startling him, and he fired the gun. Prosecutor Chris Miller disagreed, arguing that a 28-year-old man operating a vehicle with a loaded firearm cannot be considered a big kid. In a surprising twist, it was revealed that Desper's mother had shared a Facebook post about the police search for the man who murdered Bianca Roberson, only to later discover that the suspect was her own son. Wendy Desper expressed sympathy for Bianca's family and praised the victim, saying, "I'm sorry for what my son did," as her son sobbed in court. Rodney Robertson, overcome with emotion, addressed his daughter's killer. "I have some simple questions for you," he said through tears. "Why did you shoot my daughter, Bianca? Was it because of her youth, her race, her gender, or simply because you wanted to be first on the road? Was it just because you were having a bad day?" He continued, his voice cracking with grief. "All my dreams for Bianca were coming true until the day you took her life. Now, all I have left are my memories of her." David Desper had pleaded guilty to third-degree murder, and County Judge Anne Marie Wheatcraft sentenced him to 40 years in prison with the possibility of parole in 20 years. As she announced the sentence, Judge Wheatcraft wiped away her own tears, telling Desper, "I don't think you were afraid. I think you were driven by anger." The 20 to 40-year sentence was the maximum penalty for that grade of homicide.
Ada. Masya Allah.